confidence. It is due to the matter of confidential. So, due to the motion that you brought, how can we avoid the leak of materials to other institutes or universities? Just only for our students.
Thank you very much. Delegation from the crowd, you may answer the question.
So far, just like here that our new or our new not the there are emphasize on the that we like we get a paper right after every that kind of question. Because you're already aware about the USD question, confidential, and that's why we are we need to have a we need to have other countries and
Thank you very much, delegation. Now we open for next question. I think the first is about entrance. Entrance. Delegation. Just to remind, if you want to ask question, just stand up and raise your hand.
Assalamualaikum. So my question to Prof. Education is that so to Prof. Education is so they are lecturers who already after like exercise level for the test or quiz in Microsoft Teams according to the section that they taught. So what is the difference between that and to teach pedestrian?
we are like the question that is on the message or in our section, like two or three lessons. We want to combine like all the from the top of the video in one like
Thank you very much. Just moving on to the question from delegation lunch.
Is audible? So, according to Sister Farmer, I think that compiling studies so I would like to ask, what kind of website that you are actually referring at? Is that website actually based on the symbols on UIA because we all know all of our materials and the studies and subjects are all only from UIA. And like if you want to do any notes or exercises, we only base on that general knowledge on website, but we don't take it 100%. We only take the general part and then we take it percentage a little bit until we come to the quiz. another thing is that, for example, from Focus itself, they have their own Telegram. I think that Telegram for notes, questions, and everything. So I would like to touch more details about what kind of samples that you are referring to, right? What past paper? That all the samples from past year is actually have been collected and then put into teams as a sample question. And sometimes it cannot be referred 100% because lectures or only go according to their syllabus. They have their own different way of teaching. Sometimes they change the way they're teaching subject and all the syllabus. And then sometimes the paper also can be for their own lectures, not for everyone. So that's my question.
Before I answer the question, I would like to convey one of Arabic word, which now إذا وصل قلبه وضع سبيلا. It means if this goal was true, then this direction will be seen. So what was the question? Back to the question. So the question is like how the method is compiled, right? So for the implementation for the academic material bank, implementation or the real idea that we will not be involving directly with the students that we ask them for the sample of questions. If we have the lecturer, like the lecturer and we go and ask directly, the question is not like our process is not like that. Right? The compile of questions here is the type of material like the category is for example we as we know that for example of physics we have three quiz, two quizzes and we have many questions of physics. So the idea is we can select from sessions that have the physics exam, physics quiz. We can select of each section and we select the highest mark of students and we can combine and the PIC of the PIC of the and let I said before, we can combine the question and we can send it to the department of and department can filter the each paper that is collected from this session and the lecturer from the department can filter and we can choose one of the best marks and the in the sample, and we can include it in website of the drive. So our decision is the idea is we want to make the drive a website. Right? Website is I think it's too hard for us because website we need to have a professional because it takes the storyboard and the draft. So for the early stage, we want it to use Google Drive as a compilation platform. But if this motion is and the way discussion will be carried on, improve the platform system
very much. Yes, delegation from here. You may delegation.
So I want to ask clarification. So firstly, by the department, I will be the Renata. Oh, I'll be taking the paper for each. Section. So I want to ask, how can we deal with the department itself? How can we convince them that they have to be, they can they can question the student. And secondly, the online on the online materials, how can we prevent the kind of question? Thank you.
Yes, yes, okay. So hello again. I would be happy to answer your question now. So the question was like, how to make sure that confidential items are not shared in the link. Okay, so as a biological science student, our past papers are like it is safe to be like repeated for the next exam and whatever. If like some of you are taking biology or anything right now, if the paper and the content is confidential, we are not even allowed to take the paper outside of the class. So, like, for me, when I took biological one, I was, we just allowed to take the paper back just for the mark recount. So, no contact will be made or anything whatsoever. And of course, the authority there will be like authority um, to regulate and monitor the content. If like someone, if the lecturer will check the link or whatsoever, they will be like, oh, this one is like it's confidential item. Then like might be a student or students that might need to snap the picture of our last paper or anything. So of course it can be removed from the internet to the world. And one more question about I don't remember on which the title was it, but he said that what happens the content that cannot be used by anyone. So how? Actually, that's our aim. Yeah, the aim is to they want to avoid the gatekeeping of the group. They want to avoid the gatekeeping of the materials that can be benefited from the students. It's like if you have like the physics test from last year or whatever, like so why not just we share it? Just make it a very organized system that previously we will have an anonymous group or whatever. They will be like there will be distributed by actually the group and Telegram group is very very easy by people Migran so that not everyone will see the link. So we just want to make a more systematic and organized system for our country. All right, that's all for me.
Thank you very much, and I think that's more than enough the question, or at least one more question. Delegation from AC just learn just one question.
So to verify this method, whether past question should be spread to the other students or not, it is actually most of the past question or test purchase and theft should not be happen in the first place, but we can change it to be the academic bank material within the exercise or maybe exercise and also practice that are planned by the lecturer tutors, and then we can compile it for the academic material bank. Actually, Metro also has the platform for the students to access, and there, if you want to find past year question or past year test, you can find it because it's confidential. We can only share the site and also practice from the lecturers that have been given to us. That's all.
Remember from delegation that you want to proceed, macam telepon. Masih telepon. Okay, now the next motion for us. Now we open the problem to the floor. The motion is that to establish academic criteria such as first year and third question for enhanced studies. This motion is proposed by the class. Now you can cast your vote in the link that has been given in the WhatsApp group. 2 minutes for vote. Alhamdulillah, we have get the final result for the motion establish academic material, first year and third question for enhanced studies proposed by each class. In favor, 36, against 13, abstention 23. Therefore, the motion has been accepted by the Just one reminder again to all honorable members. I hope you cast your vote in the link because we want at least more than 80 participants cast their vote. Because we want to get the best and find the best decision and final result. Thank you. Now, we would like to proceed to the next motion under academic team. Study week must be extended and exceed from any program proposed by MRC Asda. 10 minutes for the presentation.
members of parliament. We are from MRC Alza, and our motion for today is study week should be extended and empty from any program or activity. So as for today's overview, we would like to highlight two agendas, which is to address the current issue of existing study week and also to discuss the solution for the problem. So about our motion, after being two semesters in Cfs Ium, we observed that there are several shortcomings about current existing study that usually impact the performance of students' academics. Hence, we believe that by addressing these issues and solve the problems together, this parliament will help to improve the quality of study time for our students and increase the performance in examinations. As for studies, as we observe in many or in some other institutions like UN, UC, and also UITS, which also has 1 year combination, we can observe that their study week is usually a week like usually 7 days. So it is demanded obviously to provide students with adequate time to prepare for their examination. Thank you, Iium. Am I audible?
Yes.
Alright. I will come to our first argument, which is short period of study week. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the slide that we provided, we bring to you schedules for study week throughout the session 2022 and 2023. So we can clearly see there that we are provided only 4 days of study week every semester to prepare ourselves for examinations, which is a very short time. So if we compare with other foundations, like there are fast tracks, also like Cfs Iium. For example, we have your ICM, which is provided with 1 week period for study week. UM, 1 week. UC, 2 weeks of study week. And they will also be continuing graduate at the exact same time as students of Cfs Iium. So besides that, by having short period of study week, students are prone to do cramming study method. So what is cramming study method? It is memorizing a large amount of information in a short time period into your short-term memory. So that sounds familiar, huh? Because to a certain point, we all do that. We all start cram study when it comes to the finals. Because of what? Because we have short period of study, which is only 4 days. So this method of memorizing large amounts of information in short periods of time is not reliable, not efficient, and far from ideal. Programming at the last minute reduces the time for your brain to process the information and convert that short-term memory. So, basically, your brain, when you try to memorize something for the first time, it has to have more time to convert it into a long-term memory, which is more meaningful than a short-term memory that you will forget, like in a few days or a few hours. Do you agree? Yeah. So, members of the parliament can you imagine a student with 6 subjects, multiple subtopics, and cramming all that into just 4 days. Sounds like impossible. And we're not here to gain knowledge just for the purpose of for the exam papers. So studies have shown that cramming study method also increases stress and anxiety. So now we have another problem. First, we have the problem in cramming our studies, and now we have a mental health problem, anxiety and stress. So, there is a scientific study which stress hormones like cortisol actually have an impact on memory function. So, it's like this. Short period of study week equals to cramming study equals to stress equals to limiting your brain ability to create long-term memory. So, are you aware of what we are creating if this goes on? Shouldn't graduates from CFS be quality graduates rather than just some student who seems smart on only paper? Because after the exam, the knowledge goes bye-bye. You don't remember anything. When that knowledge is actually needed for a long term in your job scope in the future. Yeah, thank you. Am I audible? No? The second issue that needs to be highlighted is students have other activities to be done during study week. As we can see that students cannot give commitment during study week because of other obligatory activities such as investment classes or being a committee in an event. For example, like you can ever see in the last semester, one of the significant examples when one of the committee of student association, as known as SOM, was overworked since they need to complete certain tasks and need to give commitment on their study and even on their academic. Another example is the replacement classes that was held during the study. Study week should be a week that students should focus on the subject for the exam, not for the last minute replacement classes that actually need to be in the lecture week. I not in the study week. Besides of the replacement classes, they have on the study week, students also need to take the assignment paper in the lecture office during the study week. It obviously will distract students to do their revision. And and sometimes some lecturers give the continuous assessment mark and last minute. Okay, let's see how others activities like having a program impact to students. First, of course, students have really limited time for preparation for their exam. Restrict the amount of the students of time students have to prepare for exams or engage in studying, and it obviously leads to increased stress and pressure as students try to cover a significant amount of material within a limited time frame. Second, inequality among students. A shorter study week may affect different students inequality, particularly this with heavier course loads of more challenging subjects. And to add on, students also have difficulty in balancing responsibilities. Many students have various commitments outside of academics, such as involvement in extracurricular activities. For example, like a student has more than one responsibility, and sometimes they have more than two. So it's hard for them to balancing their responsibilities and the academics. Next, we move on to the solution. The first solution that we propose in this fragment is to lengthen the study week period to at most 7 days or 7 days. So this will cause the shortened semester break vacation. But this is what we call give and take situation. In order to have another 3 days of study week to complete the 7 days, we propose to increase 3 days of semester break vacation, only 3 days. So now there are actually benefits from it. So by adding the study week, we didn't have adequate time to revise, memorize, and also study prepare for the examination. If you can imagine, if the students have back-to-back papers or continuous papers for 3 or 4 days, it will take time for them to memorize all of the subjects, and it's hard, but it's not possible to excel in all of their subjects. But do you think it only can take 4 days for them to memorize all of them? So at most, it will
And this will help to maintain their academic focus and momentum of study. As for the next slide, we can see that the current situation after week 12, we have only 4 days to study and prepare for the examination. And as for our suggestion, we add on 3 days in study leave and shorten 3 days in semester break. And but the time for when it comes like to the for the next semester is still the same, not affect the whole entire academic calendar, but only take 3 days shorten your vacation. For the solution, new extra activities during study week. During study week, it should be no organized activities. Basically, it's no preparation for any program. We know that during the study week we have no program, but sometimes we have preparation like super association. So we need to free that during the time from any activities or preparation of any program. So to conclude, we propose the motion study week to be extended and fees from any activities should be accepted as it will ensure the quality of future CFS graduates and maintain their academic health as well as their mental health. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Now we open the Q&A. Only for 10 minutes. Okay, Nikki. Three, three, two, one. So, honorable members from the education.
Said by the representative, he said that you will be empty all activities during the study week, including tests. So I'm asking if there were any activities such as tugas academic very is it that we are not sending any contingent from the FS to represent our contingent? Anything from our contingent? Just because of our minor exam, we are excluded from that event, such as a big event where all public universities are participating.
Thank you, brother. So let me correct you. We don't mean that that Jeffers is not going to send any contingent, but we are emphasizing about the progress of with permission of the from speaker, persiapan for the event itself is interrupting the study week of the students as well as at the time of the final. Okay, let me give you an example. There was this committee, which he had to go to the preparation for itself before um, the paper and okay, the preparation interrupts the study week of the student as well as the week of the final because they said that if you don't have any paper for tomorrow, so you have to come for the preparation for some. When actually that time when she is free is actually have to use for her study to focus on her final. Thank you. I hope that answers it.
still I cannot make judgment based on the scenario. But I know this topic is very crucial. So three, based on the scenario, 3, 2, 1. I think we're trying to give first opportunity for the current schedule.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Just now the Menteri has just said about the girl that who become a committee for some. Okay, so, because he have a problem because during the her free time he need to go to settle the program. Okay. But the committee for Sukan Asasi is volunteer. So it's her own choice that choose to become the committee. So she should know that she will have thousands of work to do. So there is no problem if whether he get stressed or what. Because there is his own choice, her own choice. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the question, Karajudo. It gives them as an example, but that is not during study week, but the ongoing process of the students that is held during study. So it's true that it's her own commitment, right? Um, but there is, as for our suggestion, we propose that the organizing member can be considerate to the students, considerate more to the students to give them time to do study, and also the student also needs to prioritize her academics. So
This, I know this project is very related to us, but now we proceed to the next question. Now, based on my judgment, order, please.
Salah fokus.
3, 2, 3, 2, 1. I give opportunity for orators.
Fire. So we as orators are trying to help Emma Azhar to bring up and rise up this motion. Alright. As seen before, based on the constitution based on the regulation from the Ahmad itself, it stated there that any final examination will be started in 15 week of 15. But in our academic calendar, there's a one problem here, where the final examination will start earlier in week 13. Therefore, by following the constitution given by Iium itself, maybe MRC Al-Sah can bring up the issue that our Cfs not following the constitution of Iium, then the examination will be move forward to week 14. Therefore, in the week 13, we will have 1 week for study period. That's all for me. Thank you.
So I give okay now to the right side.
the mechanism of give and take. As far as I remember, you guys mentioned about students' mental health. And your action or your suggestion is to shorten holidays. How can we stabilize students' mental health? You guys hear me? One more time. About the give and take mechanism, you guys agree to shorten the holiday of our the semester holiday. And as far as I remember, you guys also mentioned about students' mental health. So how can you ensure or how can you stabilize students' mental health by shortening the holiday? That's number one. Number two, you agree to extend the study week just because of students have other things to do outside of the academic matters. I have very quite issue with this because I think this is a very selfish fact. I mean, for example, you guys take for example an MRT or HRT. I mean, you guys ask for it. You guys ask for the position, and you do know the consequences of your action. So you cannot blame just because you don't have enough time to study. You try to extend it to 7 days, which I think is very selfish. That's one. Thank
Okay. Brother, I'm so sorry, remember I get the point. So you want to say that friends make Sit down, please. Please, in my consideration, that sending order is rejected. I don't want any more sending order. I don't want any more. Please. No more sending order. We want to proceed to the last answer by MHS, please. No more question, please. Sorry.
Yes. For the first from Fred, okay. For the question, you asked about the relation about mental health and us proposing to shorten the holiday week, right? Okay. We're proposing to, okay, the study week is 4 days. 4 days. And we are only proposing to add only 3 days. And with the concept of give and take, we are only taking 3 days from your 3 weeks of holiday semester break. Four your mental health. How does that work? Because, like I said in my point just now, short short period of study week is going to result in stress because we are going to cram a lot of things in a really short period of time. And then if we are stressed and we have anxiety at that period, before the finals, we're going to be down. And then if we don't remember all that we planned, we're on the examination, we are going to be stressed also. And then if that impacts the CGPA and our final results, it will also affect our mental health. Well, I'm sorry. Because we are going to be down, we're going to be stressed, we're going to give up because we failed. Okay? Mental health before, on the exam and after. Thank you. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, and I hope that is the end of our session. I know more questions, but if you want to proceed with the next motion, and now we open the problem to the floor. The motion proposed by the MRC adult study week must be extended and escaped from any program. Now to all participants in the event, you can cast your vote in the list now. This element again, there are still 10 seconds more to all those who did not yet cast your vote, please do so. Because success is still very low from 50%. Alhamdulillah, we have received the final result for the proposed motion. The motion with the most questions ever so far, and unluckily, the total voted is the lowest. The motion study week must be extended and exceed from any program proposed by MRC Azhar. In favor 16, against 47, abstention 10. The motion is rejected. However, the total voted is only 63. We still lack of 17 members from this house. And I hope all participants please do so, because this is the benefit for the next batch. Thank you. Now we are moving to the last motion for academic field. terang-terang iaitu tidak menguji. Seorang ahli tidak boleh memberi jawab yang melawan dengan apa ketetapannya yang dikeluarkan pada masa yang akan teruji dengan soalan beramai. In this study model, I want to actually visual cognition menekankan soal pengujian, which we need to understand that to make sure that this parliament can function properly, we need to reject the notion of abstention. Because the previous motion, we used a lot of abstention in regard that people really don't know how to decide whether it's good or bad. It's either because they don't understand or the penghadap tend to actually make the people understand about emotion. Therefore, I ask for the as part of the committee itself and the protocol, which procedure to actually make the Undi Zamani no more extension to ensure that the parliament can function Now I open for the suggestion. Anyone who agrees that abstention should not be anymore in the vote, please stand up. And anyone who disagrees, please stand up. So more people stand up, no more abstention in the vote abstention. Thank you very much. And I also want to open or that you can suggest anything, but please just stand up and mention about the order and we will consider about your suggestion. Thank you. Now we would like to moving on to the last project under the theme academic. Every society must organize their own compulsory academic mentoring program here to help students. This program is proposed by I Masjidillah. Then any for the presentation.
الحمد لله ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور انفسنا ومن سيئات اعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له.
And so, we, as representative from the IMF group, slowly motion of every president organize their own compulsory academic mentoring program to help students connect. So, the compulsory academic mentoring program, the word compulsory is different to all academic studies. Although I'm not a representative from it, as ABS, I propose to all academic studies compulsory this program in all of the academic phases. So, how is it compulsory? It's compulsory to be largely in study, but it's not compulsory to join for all students. Because we are already grown up, we are already major people, we are already 18. So we know how to control ourselves, but we, in order to help people in their study, we need to this program is an incentive, to help our friends that are low in study so that they can put their confidence to themselves in future exams. So next slide. So the issue why I propose this motion because the average student finding the study with some mutual material is more effective way to help them understand better. So majority of in our exam is same age, except not our senior for 1 year. So our age is not so different. So we have the ability to communicate between ourselves and our friends in order to study the subject better. So the implementation of this program is my idea is to open to students who are interested but it's not compulsory as I said before because some students are not comfortable to be studying in the classroom. But my purpose is make this program in terms of maybe 5 or 6 people only so that the mentor can focus on their mentee and more time to focus to their
among our students, our friends, because as you can see, as you already know, why it's wrong for last and lesson is conducted by students. Because the slot is compulsory program to all students. But why? The scientific research is from students also. Because the cost to pay the allowance for session is so high. So the UIA, the IIM, make initiative to train very facilitators to conduct this workshop. So this thing method that I will propose to make this program so that at the same time UIA can save their budget and also boost their students concentration in study. So maybe in our life, in foundation life, is so short. One time only 12 to 14 weeks. So I suggest for once a week to have a program. So each of the members can have their own time, maybe they have to play or also have other things to do rather than study like this. Rather than from Friday, this morning, students not only need to study, they also need release some stress, they could do some sport, also some music. Okay. And then, yes, Google Form is one of the normal platform to we do our homework. So it's also a easy platform to make preparation. So I propose that Google Form to be one of the platforms for the mentors to share the program. And that is provide support. This one is the most common thing for all programs. All programs is support, and then there's no support, and then you get a lot of support. You will show to your friends, show to it. That very tough because support is really important. But as long as it can benefit students, so why not we just use the support? So that's the end of the presentation. So I proceed for the presentation for the program that students improve their grade, reduce the percentage of state failing, increase student activity. So if you can see the one the key point here is maybe general, but we all can see that we have some students that we currently in sem 3, right? But we already see that some our friends is currently sem 4 and already some sem 1. We need to help them in order to make their pathway to the degree level faster. So they can save their time to go to Gombak campus or maybe our campus and also faster. So I hope this motion will be accepted by the House in order to increase our student study level in our campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the honorable members from delegation of IMASIC. Now we open for organization and I would like to priority for the first timer personnel. Please give them priority. Yes, remember from? Great question, yes. You may ask question. First timer, please, you are open more discussion.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillah. Okay. So regarding to I just want to repeat because in your implementation, you say about the open students who are interested in joining camps. Okay. Um, well, you propose it to all ABS society, and as we know that every society mostly to be science-based, like as part of engineers, we also have like math clinic, physics clinic every end of semester before final exam. And I would say that from my observation from that, not everyone joined that, right? You always get the so-called the agreed materials after the program from your friends who go there. So I just want to the camp, the mentoring. mentorship. What if like the person who joined the library get a lot of advantage, like they can discuss face to face and get the reading material, exam material. Like for the students don't join it, like not interested in that, but if they get the reading material from the young students, let's make it unfair for them. Like they just bring their exam material from the friends that go there. So when people know, oh, we don't have to join it because we already gonna get the exam material from our friends to join that. So it may be unfair, in my opinion. Is it clear?
Thank you for the question. So, on the unique I informed from myself, from the technical about the method. So, in terms of method is a such large, large group of class in lecture hall. So, the focus of this program is to more difficult of study. So, it's better to study between students. And the method itself maybe can be recognized by lecture also. So, like I said before, there are some students that are prefer maybe study alone and also maybe study in group and maybe study in large.
Just before that, any first timer question other than activity method? First timer. After this, another first question, I hope. But if there was no, if there is no extra question, so we go to another question.
Okay, then for the answering my question about that, okay, for the second question, I wonder about, okay, so about this schedule that you guys propose to this, like once a week, once every 2 weeks, and a week before examination. Okay, so I think if this motion be accepted, it might be set for the next batch, right? Because right now we already like in week 9, so it's kind of rushing. And plus, if there's a week before examination, doesn't make students more prefer to discuss with their closest friends, like roommates, classmates, and people study alone by the material themselves. Because when okay, in case they start this at the first of semester, at the early first semester for our next batch, it's gonna be good because the students themselves like can make contact on the first time we met together with the mathematics. Like how about the consistency? Consistent. Maybe they feel like oh they're gonna drag because not everyone has the same schedule. So at the first they join your mathematics and then they have like something to do on the weekend, like they have something busy. So how about the consistency?
So, yes, we that we discussed today and tomorrow is all about for our upcoming students, our juniors. So, regarding this question, uh, how the consistency will be going in future. So, as I said before, the program is only open to the school that is listed. So, when we open, like I just open to all school and all this, like Usra itself. Does any Usra have full attendance in 7 May? No, right? Because why? Because the Usra is compulsory to all students. So why I want to compulsory this program? Because I know when compulsory program that will be understand that will so they will have some that will have lot of empty seats. So rather than be compulsory to all students on this program, we open to instances and the mentor having awarded some allowance. So the mentor
the question to delegation from SC.
So, basically about this program, which is mental making program, we probably just want to share actually this kind of program. I just want to share what happened when we do this program. So, from the report, this report you actually see that about the report, it will be about the participants from the main society. As you guys know, main society is from the students and you guys daily and institution belajar. But this is budak yang asyik belajar tu. That's only I can say approximately 50 from 50 from 300 students. So the issue that comes from the IMT Uji, they won't try to do their friend or what as in the small circle. It's not an issue actually because they really didn't want it. Even when we put it for we combine it with other students. Because we combine with other students, the one there are we can count okay, you can say many advantages of the program, 100,000 advantages can out. Like it can be if they don't want to know something. From rather than discuss about for all the they have to join this program like a mentor, why you spend the whole discuss the mechanism of how to enhance the program. Like maybe I was saying I agree with what you said when you made it like strong. You made it strong, they come back. I can say that it will be better for the student. It will be compulsory that strong. Because strong, when you take the Friday for the strong, it will be better for the student. So also add it for the mental health program. I can say this will be no. So if we make and we make really focus we make in the study week that we then have discuss like 4 days, then we add in like this for information program, more better for the students. Definitely, I can say for like a focus based they have subject like history, basically maybe they want to study by their own, or maybe we can say for the medicine, not medicine, biology, which is for biology. Maybe they want to read it by themselves. So if you want to read it, there are like a mentor for this subject. I can say it will never get a from the that's all.
Suggestion from Messi. Now we still give extra 5 minutes, 5 more minutes for. I think this motion is quite related to the SDS 20, so I want more delegation from SDS. But if there was no, so we can proceed with I class.
That's one, two, three. Right, I have two questions about mechanism plus to delegation of advantage. The first one is about how to assign the mentor. I briefing about this, the presentation about how to assign students is not clear. I demand a brief explanation on how to assign the mentor. Is it by volunteering or is it by asking the lecturers yang layak menjadi and yes, please explain briefly about that. And one more thing about when will we start. For example, you guys said during study week. Okay, if during study week, how many sessions will be done? Is it one session or two sessions? If one session, is it essential or will it become burden to students?
result, as I said before, we choose it from the best student from each subject. So, and recognized by the lecturer, I said, so maybe you ask how you can choose step one. So step one, you have the grand result, right? So you can choose subject mentor from the SPM result. And also for the how much the program will be conduct a week. So we are proposing to start the program in second week. So it will be started the second week and will be conducted once a week. So it will release the budget for the students to study and give them some space to study for their exams, their time.
Thank you very much. Now, last question before food. Intended. First, intended. Intended.
Yeah. Uh, I will say for your information that our society has engineering student has about 80, 800, 800 students and has assessed that the participant for this program or mentoring program is I think is so low, but because the engineering student is not like other like join the program like it is based on our experience on our thinking and we have some program or like robotic workshop like that. There's about 30 participants like that. So from 800 students for and the question is how are you gonna make it happen?
Regarding the question, how we are possible to make it happen for the engineering students that have around 800 students. So, when we conduct program, the effectiveness of the program or for the participants, one of the factors is the promotion. So, as discussed earlier in this house, there are some news that have been spread in the official Telegram group, or maybe all of your own WhatsApp group. So, the promotion of the program must be spread more to all the groups so that students will notice that this program is ongoing so that they can join the program. And also regarding many students, maybe I don't really know any specific mention, but maybe rather than you and other students, can maybe you can focus on that get lower grade from your society, lower grade, so that we can focus when the students focus on that rather than for the other things.
Thank you very much. Now we're moving to the vote. The motion every society must organize their own compulsory academic mentoring program camp for health students proposed by I Sanjay Club 2 minutes for vote. We'll get the final result for the motion proposed by Ivan Dix. Every section must organize their own compulsory academic mentoring program camps to help students. In favor 27, against 44, the motion is rejected. Thank you very much. So we have completed 3 teams for the first day of session. Now we proceed to the last team, students welfare, and the 4 motions. First motion under student welfare in response to the government policy on education and Ministry of Higher Education commitment of Minimum program in every university. This House in Sabah will support the introduction of Minimum in Cfs Iium, Cfs and Math for all students. Proposed by Perkins, CMC, Econ, University Fatima and Focus. Now 10 minutes for the presentation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you and greetings. I bid to honorable speakers, fellow members of representatives, and also my fellow participants. I hereby represent the voice of students regarding the Rahma issue. We are holding the ground of giving the opportunity for every student to have nutritional adequacy food supply at a reasonable price, in which we consider the concept of check and balance. So, we are going to discuss firstly about the background of Mentor Rahmat itself, secondly the issue, next the program rationale, student point of view, student operation mechanism, program implementation, and also the benefits. First off, I will briefly explain about the background or the nature of Mentor Rahmat program. So, basically, it is an initiative of the Ministry of Domestic Trade, of course, on living, and it is part of Iium Rahmah short-term program, which includes other initiatives such as Bakur Rahmah, Ife Rahmah, Jualan Murah Rahmah, and Barang Rahmah for your commission speakers. And this program is mainly to reduce the cost of living, partly among the poor and the group of D40. So, in a meal of Mentor Rahmah, it consists of rice, 1 source of protein, either chicken or fish, 1 type of vegetables, and also it will come with a bottle of mineral water, with a fixed affordable price and 5 ringgit Malaysia. So, what it is actually faced by most of our students in Cfs Iium, which is
first semester. It turns out that the campus actually had operated the Menorama program, but it was discontinued due to first lack of responses and sessions from the students and also lack of promotion. So if you notice, you change the slide. Okay. So if you notice, if some of you notice, as it says, there are still hanging the list of menus of Menorama, which we named as menu siswa, back when it was operated during the first semester. But now it's just decoration at the cafe because the cafe doesn't even prepare the meal now. So I would like to pass the floor to my third partner. Thank you, Mr. Ruzna. So I will continue to emphasize the operating of Menorama in our campus. So next, we will discuss about the program rationale. So first, to help students to have access on balanced food. As the food become more pricey and it goes more balanced. Why I said that? After this, I will show you the result of my interview among the CFS students. So next, help overcome multidimensional problems. Why do the implementation of the multi-dimensional property is consider having different three aspects in the household, which is health, education, and living standards. If the deprivation score is 1/3 or higher, the household is considered as multi-dimensional poor. Back in 2022, Global Multidimensional Poverty Index declared that 1.2 billion of the people in 111 developing countries are having an acute multidimensional poverty. Next is raising the idea of with your permission, Honorable Speaker, tidak ada siapa berhak lapar as food as the most basic and fundamental necessity. So next, this is our result of interviewing some of the students in CFS. As we can see, the interview said that some of them think that it is a reasonable price for them, and some are not. This shows that we live in a various of group income family, that those who afford and those who not. So the initiative of Menorama will provide a solution and a financial aid for the students that who can afford at least to buy 2 times food for daily. Okay, next, this is our survey using the Google Form. So most of the students said that the food price at the cafe is expensive and not reasonable for the quality and the quantity. Next. And there's a way that we asked about Menorama, and most of them give a great feedback and response to support Menorama if it's available still for a very long period of time. Okay. Next, let's moving on to the operation mechanism. So for the operation mechanism, this is how the program will be run. So we suggest that to sell the food, the Menorama, at a maximum of 5 wickets, as stated by the KPTN, the Ministry of the Domestic Trade and Cost of Living. And then next, the meals are sold in the set of price, rebate, and package. So where we want to sell the food. So this is just the suggestion and incentive that we could do. So first, by conventional shop premise, and then IPR, Initiative Pendapatan Rakyat, benefit, and it is a latest initiative to gain access to food. And then next, the establishment of food bank for ready-made food. So moving on how are we going to implement apparently based on the selling medium. As mentioned by Sister Erin just now, firstly, we wanted to do the selling of the panorama at a conventional shop premise, which in normal words, in easier words to be understand that um, a process of shopping without including any online process. So, our suggestion to have this medium not affecting the Panorama program is that the KBT, Kementerian Pendidikan Tinggi, could provide direct subsidy to participating cafe operators. This is because it is mainly to cover the expenses for rental, for food supplies, and also for the transportation by the cafe operators or the tenants. So, we did a questionnaire to the cafe operators. They basically needed to pay for the cafe rental for each of the sites of the cafe for approximately 1,320 ringgit Malaysian, not including the electrical bill, which they also needed to pay by themselves. And that's why the logic behind this idea is that this way they could maintain their profit gaining in order to then pay for their own expenses. And Mayorama is already like dragging down their profit behind. So maybe in other ways, the Cfs Iium itself could help by lowering the rental price of the cafe. And also they might sponsor for the promotion of the Minorama throughout the campus by printing out the banner and bunting and so forth. So next, the IPR style vending machine, which is a vending machine that actually mainly to eradicate poverty by the IPR that allows entrepreneurs from lower income groups to sell meals for as low as 2 ringgit ratio, which they could sell simple meals such as fried noodles in the machine. So this kind of machine could be spread or could be put inside the campus to help the students who are short of budget to buy food for the day. So last but not least, the establishment of food banks for ready-made food on campus with the help of joint ventures with the private sector or any individuals who are kind enough to charity to put food, any supplies at the food bank. So how does this work? We select a specific location to the people, to the private sector to provide supplies like food or any dry food supplies to be used by the people in need. So I think we have the benefit. So for the last one, the benefit of the program for students. So first, help is the burden of the teaching cost for students of higher education institutions. As we know, as a student, the fee of the university not only in IIUM are expensive. So with this initiative or reoperating of Megarama, we lessen the burden of the low group income family. If you ask about PA, which is the platform for asasi, yes, we have the CPA divide. For those who in need, they will use the money as wisely as it could help them lessen their family burden or supplying the expenses for them to the university. Okay. Next, to ensure that their welfare continues to be protected. So from this segment, we can emphasize here to keep protecting and maintaining our community in prosperity. Okay. The last one is learning and teaching process is not affected. So students can access food easily everywhere without thinking to spend much money to get a decent and healthy food at affordable price. So when we not everyone are wealthy and not everyone are afford. So when we will provide an initiative for those who need to have nutritional education at a reasonable price while studying at university level, it will give the
students to have a healthy and good life in university. So everyone has the right to eat. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we open for the Q&A session 10 minutes. Now we open from the delegation from
Okay. So, my question, as you see, this main Rahma already has been heard during the first semester, and because of lack of responses and attention, and also lack of promotion of the program, the banner or the poster of main Rahma just give a decoration and creativity. So, my question, how the method that you can convince us, the members of this house, that the same mistake that happened during the first semester will not happen again.
Thank you for the question. As I've said before, when it comes to something that like this, which needs the solidarity and also need the response from students, the way for us to convince that everyone who join in this program is that everyone solidarity needs to join this program. Because the rationale behind it is that we need to understand the letters that were given 10 years, first, they did not want to, at any point, wanted to promote this program. Because why? Because if they promote this program, and if this program succeeds, the impact is that they cannot increase their profits and they had to hit to the demand that the students want lower prices of food. Therefore, to make sure that this program is successful, we need to actually increase the demand. Which is, with your permission, speaker, untuk meningkatkan sambutan. The only way for us to ensure that this program can be sustainable, etc., is to make sure that students, when you hear that this program is implemented here, and when we propose this menyuramah to the KPT and to the Kabinet PCP and to the Kerajaan Perpaduan Malaysia Madani, etc., when they come to propose and do this thing, then we need to actually promote it ourselves that we can actually do this thing. Because if we, let's say, like the previous semester, no promotion, nothing. We don't do anything. Even in Mahala Biruni, if I still remember, there are some food that are related to the Beasiswa program, but no one knows. Why? Because the capitalists, they don't give a shit about us. I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry. I withdraw. But the problem is, that's the reality.
but you can use that word.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. But that's the reality. The issue has risen. We, more that we demand to decrease the prices, they will not hear because they know they cannot earn the profit. That's why to come with the solution and to make it promising and to make it menjadi, we need to ensure solidarity among students to support and buy this product first. Second, as I stated before, the problem with menu Siswa Rahmah previously is that it was actually endorsed by the government, in which, with the permission of the speaker, kerajaan telah macam mengenakan satu bentuk sewa tu subsidi terhadap sewa dan sebagainya. Jadi, perkara ini menyebabkan kalau kerajaan tarik balik, tak dipakai. Speaker. Therefore, the difference is menu Rahmah this time is actually full of vendors, which means yang semuanya ada di bawah vendors. Sorry, speaker. Everything is under the vendors, which means for the market to function properly, etc., it will not melibatkan the government itself. Therefore, I can convince the Muktamar, the House, that this implementation at last is all about solidarity and to promote the interests of the students and society. Because in the end, with the help of MRC that hosts the campaign, we can make it done. And inshallah, we can make it done. Thank you.
I open to Mahala Federation. And I also want to remind the response must be very short and precise.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Firstly, as a part of the national security, we are fully support this motion, but we need some details about this. So, as the motion states that it helps to support the judgment of Major Rahma in the Cfs Iium case. So, we need to any details which case. Is it going to be only the unit case, or is it going to be the SC also, or maybe including the EHC? Because it also considered as cases. So maybe you're gonna have let's say for RM2 maybe, so we don't know. Okay? So that's number one. The type of cases, so which cases that's going to apply to the Rahmah. Number two, if this motion will succeed in the parliament and the management, how long is it going to be? How long is it going to be held? Because as we all know, when the Rahmah is inside in the market. So like for example, if let's say the food like rice, chicken and sayur, vegetables, okay? Mostly around, let's say, in the market is 6 ringgit, okay? But in the Rahmah, we just only, let's say, 4 ringgit. So, the business will lost 2 ringgit there. But the cost, let's say, the cost of the rice, chicken, and vegetables, let's say, is 3 ringgit, let's say. So, the business will get 1 ringgit because it's at 4 ringgit. But we also know that during this day, we are facing the inflation, which means the price will keep increasing, increase and increase. So, let's say, if the price is equal to the cost, how the business going to make a profit? Is it going to be, is it this way or will be bad after the price is equal to the cost? So I need future details. But if this motion will get support, will be approved, we are fully support what we need details. Thank you.
Now moving on to the next question. Relax delegation.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. First of all, regarding this Major Rahmah, Malaysia by any initiative to help poor people, that is the issue regarding this. First and foremost, regarding the quality of the food itself, because we know when we lower the price, especially just like the delegation from Bangladesh, maybe some of the vendors want to cut the cost and everything, so they will not get the bigger margin of their profit. So it will come to the tendency, which is the vendors will use the cheaper or maybe the low quality of the product to give to the students. Because I want to remind members of the parliament, during this day, since we did not have many Rahmah yet, we still have a lot of issue regarding food, especially in brothers cafe. So I think, and I want the explanation from the delegation on how you want to ensure, even though we still proceed with this menu Rahmah, the cheaper price, but the quality is still maintained. Thank you.
Now the answer from delegation and.
Thank you for the question, Brother Hassan. Brother from the representative of Alex. So, regarding the quality and so on, I can assure you that at any circumstances and at any kind of situation happen, this program, as Minu Rahmat stated, is based on the quality that the Ministry of Health and the government standard, which means by theoretically speaking, all of the product will be of high quality as in the serving for the nutrition, etc., etc. First. Second, I need to remind that the situation related of the management of the cafe itself, as in the quality, as of the hygiene, the sanitary, etc., all of that is regarding to the management of the cafe and not based on the program. Therefore, I need to remind that two of these things are different. Did I answer your question, Alex? So, in the end, if there are problems, let's say if there are problems, I back to my main point, which is solidarity. For you to speak and for you to ensure the quality, you need to complain. No complaint, no action, right? No one talking about it, no one will take an action about it. So it's all about solidarity. You want to make the program work, work on ourselves. Work as a social being, as what Aristotle said. So this is what we need to apply as a society and as the representative of the society. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Madam. Biruni. Alright. So regarding the question of Biruni, what much like what much that we will mana kita akan buat kan? Cafe. Alright. Regarding the sorry, Mr. Speaker. Regarding the cafe and the month, based on our implementation, we target that at least all cafes can implement this program. First, or not like in distance mahala. They like have 4 vendors implemented. If like 2 of these 4 vendors can explore this program or implement it, I think it's okay. But if let's say Pradesh Mahala, one in Buruni, we all can go for it. And in March, I think it is appropriate, like in Raya March or in March related to the Mahala, which is under the direct jurisdiction of the MRC itself. Okay, the second one is about the fluctuation of prices, right? So I have been reading some articles regarding the CPI, the Consumer Prices Index, and I have said I should actually explain that our current inflation is very static, which at 3.4 or 3.6%, which means at this current prices we have lowered down since the COVID period. So it's lowered down very high, very down, very low, decreasing. Okay. So to support this thing, which means that at this current point, can I explain it in Malay? A bit. Okay. Logically, everything that goes up and now they goes down, the product that goes up needs to go down too. But the difficulty is, some of these products, they go up and they keep skyrocketing up and not go down. The prices. Okay. Okay. Okay, so the mechanism actually, it will fluctuate. But that's why we need this program to maintain. I mean the prices. The prices will fluctuate. There will be demand, there will be surplus, there will be all that kind of economic terms. So we need to maintain at least when this program implemented, I can assure you that the government will always regulate and always try to appease to the vendors that this program is actually initiative that is happening that can be done. That how I went to the RNR, to the MPT, etc. All of that, we can do it. And I assure to the bureau, we can try to do it. For the question, we set the back. Thank you.
I think both delegations just got suggested on question. Armeni and Sitarawi. Question or suggestion? Because you are left side. Question or suggestion? And Sitarawi. Because we want to see 4 p.m. proceed to the question. But I think just suggestion, just question, but answer after that.
is if they say that we need to count that if right now everything is subsidized well, why aren't we getting the manual farm now? Why isn't it implemented now in our campus? That's the first one. And the second one, you said that solidarity is the most important part in this motion. But if we know that if this motion pass the parliament and we go to the high up, the solidarity is not proper. It will continue to the next batch. And how are we going to ensure that the next batch will continue the solidarity and will promote the Mani Rahmah as we intended to? So we need to ensure that things first so that we can pass the motion.
Thank you. Now I am in the Arabic delegation.
So basically the idea is well done. But we need to widen our scope. Not all values are equally. So, an example, the masjid ayam penyet. So, basically, he is doing good, but not as good as the main cafe. So, the question is, how do we balance our needs and our demand and the vendor's necessity and their cost? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, but sorry, that question cannot be answered now. We must proceed with the vote. Now the motion very concerned regarding the student welfare. The motion in response to the government policy on inflation and Ministry of Higher Education commitment of Panorama program in every university. This House Utama will support the introduction of Panorama in Cfs Iium and math for all students. Proposed by Perkin, CMC, Econ, MLC Fatima, and Open. 2 minutes for vote. Alhamdulillah, we have received the final result of the motion. In favor, 61, against 9. With a simple majority, the motion is accepted by the House. Now we proceed to the third last motion of the day. The motion students should be provided a better platform to work out their confidence selection to the university proposed by Fred, Focus, and elect 10 mayors for the presentation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. So before we start, today I would like to start the presentation by drawing your attention to a powerful analogy that beautifully captures the importance of student voice. Now, I want you all to imagine the symphony orchestra right in front of you. A harmonious blend of diverse instruments coming together to create a mesmerizing musical masterpiece. Each musician contribute to their part, play their part with precision and patience. So, just like the musicians in the harmonic orchestra, students are the vital compound of a vibrant educational community. Now, in today's presentation, we will explore and discuss about enhancing student voice by providing a better platform for university content. Next. Today, we find ourselves at a crucial juncture, an era defined by a rapid advancement that demands adaptable situations or solutions. I invite you guys to join me in exploring our vision that inspires us to reach higher, strive harder, and make a lasting impact. The first vision expresses belief that we want to secure an environment where the voices of all students find a resounding platform. Next, cultivate an environment where transparency flows seamlessly between students and higher level administrators. The third one is our vision is to work toward cultivating a supportive and collaborative dynamic between university management and students. And the last one is to help uphold and safeguard the active reputation of IIUM. I'll pass the mic to Mr.
Alright. So with that, I would like to highlight that we want to enhance the already existing system. We don't want to condemn the already uh, existing platform for student voice. But what we want to brought up is the existence of the QR code. As you know, we can file a complaint on the city or QR code. But as I discover more, there are not a lot of students that are aware of the existence of the QR code, and this needs to be enhanced more um, by promoting more by I believe MRC and FCC. And secondly, the QR code needs to be properly labeled and spread throughout the student application. And this, for example, I believe can be put on every table of each cafe, laminated properly, so that they can see where it's located. And moving on, and another thing is the issue with and secondly, there is an issue with the email complaint. So, what the current issue is that there is at least two-thirds of the Iranian students that need to voice out their concern of some issue before it is declared by the higher up. And this is absurd because the numbers, if it's two-thirds of the Cfs Iium students, then that means 2,000 students. Very high numbers. And also, the finding an email is time consuming, and it's also the highest level of humanity. And why should the student do it? Sorry. And so we believe that is something to be used to what is of the students of this FIIM today. And also, I believe that the higher up, the management, should provide the official and proper procedures in higher institutions. So with that, I'll pass the mic to again.
I would like to simplify what Mr. Shaw has said just now. So we are focusing on enhancing and elevating current platform to the new heights. Meaning to say, we are not to condemn, we are here not to condemn our existing platform, which is QR code, email, and so on. But we are here to demand any improvement or slight improvement on how can we file a complaint. For example, the first issue is about the QR code. Mr. Noor has briefly explained to you guys about how the presence of QR code remains elusive, and the students are not well known about the QR code. And also there's also insufficient efforts that have been made to actively market the QR code. So the mechanism that we offer is free, actively promoted by the responsible parties, MRC and FCC. Number two, print the QR code properly by means laminated. And number three, print the printed QR at every student hotspot location. And number four, establish a few more QR codes that cover other scopes of concern as well. For example, the existing QR code we have now has about facilities, and we can also add about the lecturers' behavior during classes and all that. So students can make complaints throughout all the fields in university. Next, we want to talk about the email. I would like to share to you guys how the procedure on the students to file a complaint to higher up. So, University has stated that at least 2/3 of Cfs Iium students need to voice out their concerns via email in order to be heard by the higher up. This is very, very nonsense because we have 4,000 students and the university demands 2/3 of our students to voice out their concerns, barulah diorang akan ambil tindakan instead of you speaker. Jadi, so the mechanism we offer is one is to reduce the minimum amount to 1/8 of students of Cfs Iium gambar. And the second mechanism that we want to imply is to provide the official and proper procedure in filing complaints. Because the way I see it, some people say actually 2/3 of students, some people say 1/3 of students. Therefore, I need university management to step up and give proper and provide the official and proper procedure in how students can filing the complaint. That's number one. Our first approach is to improve or enhance the platform, the existing platform. The second approach we would like to deliver in this house is to actualize a robust means of communication between student body and administration. By this, we want to enhance or we want to establish two-way communication between student body and university higher up or university administration. Alright, so what is the driving issue or keadaan mendesak yang kami ingin bawakan dalam dewan? Ini yang diperkuat. The first one is, the way I see it, no matter how many times we file a complaint, let's say 1,000 complaints from students, 10,000 complaints from students, if there are no follow-up or if there are no feedback from the higher up, we never know what the action has been taken or not, whether or not our complaint is well received or not. Therefore, we would like to say in the second approach, we want to actualize a two-way communication between students and university management. The current issue that we would like to suggest, or we would like to suggest is the level of receptiveness and responsiveness towards the complaint uncertain and unsure. We need to say, we as a student can file a lot of complaints, but there's no response, there's no feedback from the university higher up. First one. Second one, notable absence of feedback or subsequent follow-up from the higher up regarding the reported issue. So, what is our humble mechanism or our humble suggestion? First one is to organize a regular open forum, for example, conference, town hall meeting or Q&A session. This will be the details will be covered in the next slide. And the second mechanism we would like to offer is to involve students in decision-making processes, especially on matters that directly impact them. Seek their input, involve them in committees, and genuinely consider their perspective. For example, university higher up should and must include student opinion before taking big decisions. For example, the example of big decision is first standardizing the curfew. And then the second one is the division, whether or not to let brother eat in system mahalas cafe. Or the third one, student outing grad school. This is the higher, or this is the big division that has to be made. And we would like to include students' opinion in making this decision. Thank you. Next. And the last part of our presentation, we would like to share our brief mechanism, our humble mechanism on how we can provide or enhance two-way communication by performing or by promoting town hall conference and mahala briefing. The first mechanism about town hall conference and mahala briefing. We are here to plan the town hall conference and mahala briefing to be semestral, which can provide consistent platform for discussion, or meaning to say, town hall conference and mahala briefing need to be held every semester. The second mechanism is university management will conduct transparent and informative presentation, providing students with insight into their plans and progress. Meaning to say, in every town hall conference or in every mahala briefing, university higher up will conduct a transparent presentation on what have they done, what will they want to, what is their plan in the future, and what they want students want them to do in the future. And the third mechanism is the student body, or we will say SSC and MRT, will maintain a continuous cycle of presentation, keeping students updated on their plans and progress throughout the semester. Meaning to say, on every town hall conference or in every mahala briefing, MRT or SRT, SSC will provide their plans throughout the semester to the students attending the conference. And we would like to add the attendance is compulsory for all the students. Therefore, that is all from us from press. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now we open to the Q&A session 10 minutes. Now, any honorable members from election, you can ask the question. Yes, first from honorable members from Oranges Club, you can ask the question.
Alright. The first issue here, that declaration progress and light of one part, which is they must define what kind of complaint they are talking about. Is it about the facility? Is it about the lecture behavior or exam grade or everything? So they need to define what the complaint is about. That's the first thing. And the second one, they forgot that we have another alternative that can be used for the students to complain and want us their opinion. By calling and they say, even though they say me, the person. For concept of lecturer behavior, they say there is no platform to do that. But as you know, that every semester there will be evaluation form that every student must be filled up or not. The result cannot be seen after that, right? So that one, but is one way to voice out your opinion. The second one, for the MRC or HRT, we have kind of the number of design of the creative that we can directly from MRC itself, I think, MRC bring me or others kind of MRC. No, then we can directly call them and complain about what we will do on the mahala itself. And also the third one about the date of elimination or about administration. We can call or meet up or that itself, Ahmad itself, or also itself to complain about it. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, delegation from Mauritius. So, let's move on one by one. Number one is they demand us to define what type of complaint. I do think that it is so unnecessary because complaint to be everything. But for example, sexual behavior and all that. Yeah, that's why we are here. We would like to remind you guys again and again. We are here not to condemn the existing platform, right? We demand right or any improvement from the existing platform. And then the second one is they mentioned about another alternative. Whether if we would like to complain about sexual behavior, we already have student feedback survey. Yes, I do acknowledge that. But you must remember the student feedback survey is at the end of every semester. So if it is at the end of every semester, what if I want to file a complaint now? So I can easily access the QR code. That's our main point. And the third one is they mentioned about MRT can call or can call fellow or directly contact them and all that. I do understand MRT has their job, but what if it is a smaller portion of students, a normal student who is cannot contact it. They don't have the courage to directly contact. So, or maybe you can say, you can contact MRT, why? So, what I would try to say is we want to make it easy for everyone. MRT can do the job. Students can do the job by any media approach. That's what we want in this house. I hope this answers your question. Okay?
Just question to any honorable members. MRC Sarawak first and then MRC Biruni.
I would like to say to emphasize maybe because I do believe that LBT, the current usage of complaint platform is not as effective as we want it to be. So today I would like to emphasize the usage of official group of Telegram. Okay, before this, I see some of people, even my friend Muhammad Umar, he go into no. Okay, Muhammad Umar is actually voicing out.
Please do not mention any name.
Alright, okay. Zero. Okay, my friend, he holds no position in either MRT or whatsoever. But few days before this, he just voiced out his question why our security become more strict. Okay, because the objective of elevating this platform is to provide students a clear answer and a better explanation for the implementation for any law. But I can see my friend, when he directs the question on the group of Telegram, it is better when Brother Saiful, Deputy Dean, can straightly explain why
Please,
there is
members,
no.
please don't mention any name.
Alright, sorry. Okay.
Just the position.
Ya, okay, jadi dalam keadaan kita memerlukan jawapan yang tepat. So I believe the usage of group Telegram, official group Telegram, is better to voice out any issue regarding of Mahana or any implementation of law. Other example before this, president of MRC do voice out an issue about the cafe and the Mahala. And the higher up can actually take the action by having a discussion face to face with the president to discuss how the solution can be delegated properly so all of us can get the benefit of this discussion. So, after all, I just want to emphasize actually the usage of Telegram group. That's all. Thank you.
Please respond to communication and then we proceed to the another.
So thank you from the MRC Zarawi. A very good answer. So from my experience, so basically the Zarawi mentioned about me lah. Okay. So I'm the one who it was out about the case. So I want to give what is the impact of the discussion. No one, the answer of the staff is that for this there is no complaint for the cafe. They only receive one or two only. So for their POV, one or two person is not enough for them to go to the cafe and do an inspection. Number one. So that means that we, all of us, should take action. Don't just complain at the talkback, but also carry the output itself. Just don't put out it, oh, MRC doesn't do work, why MRC doesn't do anything. But we actually do something. Okay? If you have problem with MRC, you can contact me. If you have issue with Mahala, because I will please MRC. Okay? Because why? Because I also have experience. I can show you a proof that I can give the contact of the fellow to find out about your concern. Maybe in your mahala, I don't know if you doesn't contact your fellow or your RC, but in my mahala, in Biruni mahala, if the student or the resident uh, once the number of below, I can give it directly. Okay? We don't want no procedure as long I can make the resident of Biruni satisfied with the condition of Biruni and the condition of Biruni. Thank you.
Now we proceed to the response of the individual.
Thank you, delegation from MRT Sarawak and MRT Biruni. Right. What I can get from your question and your explanation is, first one from MRT Zarawi, you mentioned about telegram is better. And from MRT Biruni, you mentioned about all the work can be informed or all the complaints can be informed to MRT. Am I right? Right. So back to our approach or back to our objective. We are here not to condemn any or not to say that previous or existing platform is bad. No, we don't want to say that. We just want an enhancement. That's why we want to say in this level, in this house, we just want to enhance. We just want to exit or we just want to slightly improve the existing platform. Yes, I agree. Telegram is so much efficient. Telegram is so much better, right? What about QR code? We want also a balanced improvement. Kalau dalam Telegram dah okey, why not kita okeykan sekali dalam QR code? Itu yang kami nak bawa back. Terus, next. I would like to give you an example. For example, today in our brother cafe, we have scandal Biruni cafe scandal. For example, the food is very bad. Cleanliness is very bad. It's like the heart it has bad. Okay. For example, I give you an analogy. So the issue right now is Biruni cafe is very bad. Okay, one of the approach that we can take is MRT reported it to the higher up. One. Number two, student that is not a part of MRT can file a complaint to QR code. But the problem is when the student file a complaint with QR code, they don't get any follow up. They don't get any feedback. That's what we want to. That's what we want to bring in this house. We want a two-way communication. We want a slightly improved in existing platform. That's what we want to trying to say. And we are here not to condemn any existing platform. So, I agree with MRT Tarawi, I agree with MRT Uni, you guys can do your job, Telegram can do their job, but it is important to enhance or improve the other platform so that it can 100% all can perform really well and higher up of the university can use it complain very well and they can take action. That's all from me, thank you.
We'll move on to the voting session of the motion. We'll be moving on to the voting session for the motion in answer to the question, a better platform for university students. So, 2 minutes.
Alhamdulillah. Sorry for my mistake. Now we proceed to the final result of the motion. Students should be provided with medium and form to voice out their concerns related to the university proposed by Press, Focus, and Relax. In favor 58, against 10, the motion is accepted. Now we proceed to the second last motion of the day. Implementation of Cfs Iium 0 project food bank program proposed by INATI.
The detail of the food website is one of the most important of FSIIU and zero hunger project food bank program. We are going to bring about the motion, the implementation of FSIIU and zero hunger project food bank program. About the issue that we see, so the establishment of the food bank program that financial hardship. Many students struggle to make ends meet financially, particularly students who are coming from the low income families and having hard time getting academic on time. Secondly, rising cost of living, especially economic era, the cost of living in many areas has risen significantly, making it difficult for students to afford basic necessities under budget. Well, portion, affordable food. Of the event it's almost an hour to get to the contact EM and L. And we need to take transportation, the rapid bus for almost 40 days and anything. So it takes a lot of to get to the version and L. The last one, discrimination for the now. Some students may face discrimination when seeking employment or may not be eligible for government support. For example, or financial implementing a program at the Urban conduct a needs assessment and by identifying the needs of the student population by conducting a survey or focus group to determine the level of food insecurity among the students. Second one, forming a community compromise of the society itself. Students and community members, other community members to plan and implement this program. Also, by recruiting volunteers to help with the food collection, distribution, and other related program activities. Like, secure funding. By identifying potential sources of funding for the program, such as from the university itself, donation from the students of food or money, or partnership with the local, for example, local food banks, grocery stores, and community organizations to food donation. Next, to make ensure these programs effectively within the CFS, we have to exercise the program through flyers, social media, and other mediums to inform students of its availability. Lastly, to monitor and evaluate, regularly monitor and evaluate the program to determine its effectiveness and identify the areas for improvement. To the next slide. Its administrators are access to the food. Students who may be struggling financially can access free food through the food program, ensuring they can focus on their studies without worrying about hunger and health issues. And community support. The food bank program can be seen as an act of kindness and compassion by the mosque creating a supportive community environment for the students. And residential environment. Students may feel more comfortable accessing a food bank program in a mosque as opposed to other locations, as it is non-judgmental environment that respects religious beliefs. Increase awareness. Launching a food bank program in a mosque for students can increase awareness of poverty and the need for community support. Lastly, encourage for the students to volunteer. The food bank program can also encourage members of the from other societies to volunteer their time and resources to help those in need, fostering a sense of community and social responsibility. All of them lead to avoid health issues, prevent hunger, and increase awareness by following all of this. Our CFS Iium can successfully implement a food bank program to support its students and elevate food insecurity management. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we can have about 15 minutes Q&A session. Now I'm going to just from delegation speaking. Yes. Okay.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And first of all, I don't want to ask a question, but I want to point and highlight the motion that has brought by the IMD because this motion is really great idea and it's about the welfare of our students. Um, and because as we already know, the issue on daily issue that has been in our group Telegram conversation or conversation about the food, about the quality of food, about the price of food. We can say that this project is suitable for this issue, for that issue, and I think I don't want to add anymore, but maybe I want to suggest that your question should be ready to discuss further about the food bank, about the when to be held, about the price about the limit, about the limit of students who want to take the food from the food bank. That's all.
Yes, members of yes, I ask you.
My name is Thank you for the support speech from Ricky. So, how we conducting this year of the program is we are going to set up a food bank in masjid. So why we are putting this food bank in masjid? Because main objective is to attract people to go masjid more often. As you can see, the day that have lot Jemaah is only in Monday and Thursday. Then it's only in Maghrib. And then when it's rather to Isha, the Jemaah already lost. I don't know where they go. Maybe they maybe there are some classes or maybe there's regions or so, right? So, but the purpose for this zero hunger program, we just prevent our students from substance classes so that they can have to study well in class. So, for the budget, like for your all information, for this information, that visa for Monday and Thursday is provided 1,050 per week, so that is 750 Monday per day. So as you can do the math, for only 200, 300 percent and 70 degree of this. We can't really buy much thing for the food that we provide to all, but we need to have the collaboration from all departments. Like lately, the masjid is running out of our budget. Not the masjid group, said by the management of masjid, they are running out of our budget, so they have collab with departments such as Department of Math, Department of ICT like that, in order to gain budget to provide the food to the students. Thank you.
Let's now proceed to the next question. Any dedication? Question number one. Yes, please, no problem.
So I'm very happy with the statement made by Al-Masjid Association, where they want to enhance the education of program of bank program. So I want to suggest it where we can increase the selection of food bank, but maybe we can make concept in Mahalat because not many students who want to give their food, they want to bring a pot of their food to the masjid just to carry heavily their food to the masjid. Instead, we can create a concept in the Mahalat so that the students who want to give their food that they don't want or they want to give, they can go to downstairs, so they just put the food on the counter, and then the committee of the masjid can take the food and send it to the masjid so that for those who want the food can go to the masjid to select the food if they need. Is my suggestion.
Thank you, delegation from Messi. Such a good idea. So regarding the items that we donated or maybe food that we donated to the masjid, for them to give to all students, then you can offer two types. Maybe one you will buy dry food and put it in maybe one box, the zero hunger project box, so that the student we can take it by themselves. Their own needs. And also the second one, maybe they can they have no time to buy things, they can just give the money to the management of budget for them to we can the management can buy for the hunger project. And for the implementation of placing counter in Pahala, maybe I would just say that our Cfs Iium Zero Hunger project is just from IMAJIT ourselves, but it's one community. Maybe this program can be conducted at SCC and also Pahala, all Pahala, so that we can help more people that need to prevent this hunger among students in our campus. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any question? Yes, from MSc Asma. Azhar. Data from MSc Azhar.
So my question is, the food, is it, all students will be eligible to get the food, or is it open to the one who actually really need that food? Because we are all aware we have, different levels of, wealthiness in students of Cfs Ium. So, I think, how can we ensure that students who actually needed, these, food to get, what they need, and, to reduce the people who actually don't need it so much from, accessing that?
Thank you for my answer. So, how can we so, as suggestion, that can put counter in Hala. So, then people that scratch in the counter, so we can recognize the people who in it by the people in need to fill some form and to in order to check their status of background financial status. So that we will not have some that maybe frequency that we take the frequency the heart of frequency food. So this is prohibited to take other people's things that so this is our one of the initiatives on prevent the rich students take the poor student up. Thank you.
Very much. Yes, education from India. India.
Yeah. So as you know, the purpose for the, as you know, for the program, food bank program, the sources from impact by students, right? So, how in one way, there's no one to impact the sources, like food, any, distribution, but rather, kalau dia nanti, dia terputus berjalan. So how I must say, have the strategy by, give by I must say to ensure that the service will be always available and continuous.
So as I said before, that the VISTA program has been budgeted around 150 per week. So it's around 750 per day. So we can propose budget for this program also. We can top up maybe once a week, so it's maybe 4 times in a month. So if you allocated budget, like if you guys really go to most activity stuff, maybe you will realize that sometimes you eat nasi lemak, sometimes you eat nasi goreng, and sometimes you eat nasi with chicken, red chicken, or maybe fish, ayam merah. Okay. So why this kind of thing happen? Because why? Because when we eat nasi goreng or nasi lemak, because it's budgeted for 2 days only. So usually this budget it doesn't have any addition from outside, maybe community from outside or student contribution. So when we eat nasi ayam or maybe nasi ayam merah kan, so it actually as contribution from others or maybe department. So when say that we have no contribution for others, it really have no problem because it really can go continue, but there's nothing special from addition from the zero under program.
Now, maybe the last question to the MIT. Yes, delegation for focus.
Mr. Speaker, thank you. So, as I said today, I just think and forgive and see we promoted very support motion and we promoted also one subject about the information on the sponsorship. Maybe I think can ask the sponsorship from any NGO because as we know there are some NGO that actually want to donate and want to cooperate with this program. But sometimes there are some institutions such as the university that actually didn't have the program. So I think that's the suggestion that we want to ask I want to consider it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Now, respond to MIT, the last response you can suggestion. So just proceed. Now the problem to the how the implementation of Cfs Iium 0 project full back program proposed by IMAJ. 2 minutes for voting. Alhamdulillah, we have get the obvious result for this motion, and I think it is the clear-cut decision made by the House. The motion implementation of Cfs Iium 0 project put back program proposed by IMRJ in favor 63 motion? Or just additional motion?
Additional motion.
So what is the additional motion?
Can I read the additional motion?
And then I will give my consideration.
There is an urgent to extend the debate time from 30 minutes to 50 minutes for tomorrow's session, 30 minutes for presentation, and 20 minutes for Q&A. Almost all of the motion for tomorrow's session are quite heavy, and it is inadequate to be debated for only 30 minutes. This is a matter of urgent public importance.
Yes, as we know that tomorrow's motion is more challenging compared to today's. Now, anyone agree to extend, but the response that I want to highlight is that the time will be longer, and then maybe some of the motions cannot be debated. This is the worst case scenario.
There are so many points that they wanted to actually extend the debate for debate tomorrow if needed, if for the
Yes, I know, but I hope that it do not drag because tomorrow we have activity for the further ceremony. If we drag the motion, maybe the last motion, the result will be get. We know maybe at 7, we don't know. Because we drag for the 30 minutes presentation and 20 minutes Q&A more than 1 hour for motion. But I leave to the hall, anyone who agrees to extend the time for discussion and Q&A, please stand up and whosoever disagree, please stand up. So 4 people sit down, therefore we still stick with the current procedure. Thank you very much. No, no, no. What's the number? What's the number? The number is
not all motions will be needed for people. Only certain motions that include demonstration.
I think that for example, motion is we sit for 1 hour, and then if we clear cut, we make the motion be we begin a debate. The total time to be debate and discussed. But this, in my consideration and with the initial vote by all members, we see with the same guideline because we want to proceed with all the motions. We want all 24 motions must be debated and passed by the parliament. Thank you for your consideration. Now we proceed to the last motion of the day, presented by Chair and SSA, provide tablet passes to each student returning home.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good evening. I bid to Mr. Speaker and all other members of the Parliament. So today, we, the delegation of the Cfs together with SCC, are bringing a motion which is provide started buses to each the students to returning home. Without further ado, let us proceed to the main issue on why we need to provide started buses to each the students returning home. So the first issue is students have to book Maxim or Grab to CSJ and even to UMP to get on their bus. However, the main problem with Maxim and Grab is drivers can easily cancel our booking trip last minute, and this has happened to me personally around multiple times, which can lead to some with permission Mr. Speaker, Kelabang, right? So when the driver cancel last minute, everything will be havoc, and it can lead to another unnecessary problem. And second, the number of students is not enough to fulfill the current started bus that leads to cancellation from the bus operators due to lack of promotion. For your information, honourable members of parliament, there are already an initiative to make a started bus. However, For example, in the Jom Balik Selangor WhatsApp group, there are 652 members, but in the Started Bus WhatsApp group in 48 KL or Selangor, there are only 225 members, which due to lack of promotion or official information from CFS itself. And for your information, when there are large numbers of students, the operators cannot proceed with the started bus because the operators itself mentioned that in order to make a started bus a trip, we need to make sure that the bus is full. So we are like in the info ticket BKS KL Selangor WhatsApp group, the amount that is required to ensure that the trip can successfully go to Selangor is 44. However, in the recent poll that the operator himself said, there are only 16 students who is interested in joining the started bus. So, it led us to the two solutions that we had discussed. First, if we are going to provide started buses in CFS, and second, we are going to provide information and promote the use of started bus in CFS officially. So next, I am going to pass the mic to my partner, Mr. Laila.
So the meaning of startup bus is a startup bus is a large force hired by an organization to transport to a destination determined by the group coordinator. And it is also a private vehicle used by private sector and only them to their destination. And shuttle bus are the most popular option for group traveling and are used to travel short and long distance comfortably. So, what are the benefits in providing shuttle buses? Provide four benefits that we look at as a reason for providing shuttle bus in Vietnam. First is reduce student expenditure on or grant. For the problem that students had to spend their money to Netflix or to order Netflix or Grab to around CFC or UMP. So, first off, in providing such a one, students just need to wait at their rest and just go return in their home by the bus. Second, it can reduce time in terms of the bus booking process and the possibility of missing the bus due to delay. This is our problem that common to students that had facing the possibility to missing their bus because of problem at making progress. And benefit is providing convenience and comfort for students to reach their home. As as I said that students just need to wait at their desk and must provide to them. And they just return to home comfortably and convenient. And the last thing, it can avoid unsociable problems such as delay and cancellation of the last minute. It's also a problem to the active program. So, next, the situation that is suggested for current advanced contract to now state run at Kementerian Padu Selatan and Kementerian Selatan and Kementerian Nilai for maybe 9 students. Next, and lastly, Kementerian Muar for 200 students in 1 main journey. And I have
So, for the second solution, that is to cater the second problem is from information. So our suggestion is that we can provide information through our official CFS Iium group, and second, we can also make an official announcement through iMaklum, and third, we can officially make an announcement in every state WhatsApp group. So that's all from us. But before we proceed to the question, I need to clarify one thing. We are suggesting an alternative. We are not saying that everyone needs to use shuttle bus. No, we are providing alternative. So when do we want to use this alternative? I give you one situation. When there was like a public holiday that caused every ticket bus to be sold out, even in the midnight. So for those who doesn't get to buy the ticket bus or uh, with our permission, we can tak sempat, we can use our alternative that which is chartered bus. So that's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we open to the question. Please, Karachilu, Karachilu, Assateer, Harmony, and then India. Focus, sorry, focus.
Thank you for the invitation. Okay, my question is, does this chartered bus provided during usual weekend or only during the holiday? If it is provided for every weekend, so it is such a waste since it is dengan yang dia bukan keperluan, it's kehendak to go out for every week. So, and my suggestion, this is my suggestion. So since the problem here is about the money for maximum or sold out of the bus ticket, so my suggestion here, why don't we ask the SIMS to if we can claim the money from CFS. We just screenshot our receipt or any invoice and we just email to them and try to claim for every expenditure that we use to go back to our hometown. Okay, thank you.
Proceed to the next question from Harmony.
So there are many questions that I want to ask for the yes. First is actually really how the mechanism works. Like, are you going to contact the for the next generation? Are you going to contact the just from here or the from the first? And second, there are suggestions because there are problems here, and I will export to the Ibu, that is society, which you say that because lack of there is no need, like or the reasons like there is no demand for the charter bus to continue because they don't want to go here to every week, like not every student want to go home every week. So, but my suggestion is because probably because there are no clear explanation, is we only provide the charter bus on a very long holidays, for example, like February, February or Raya Haji, etc. And also, or instead of because of the problems that we face here, is we don't like it costs money from here to SK or station every up by team. So instead of using charter bus directly from CFS to the any destination that was suggested, for example, the Semua, Alam, and also some terminal, why don't we just provide the charter bus from the CFS directly to the SK? Yeah, I mean, it's really very important. So, you can just send to everyone. Thank you.
Members from here and guys.
Okay. First of all, thank you for the amazing suggestion. And the thing is, we already contact three operators, and one of them, uh, they can cover. Their headquarters is basically on one line. So, if your suggestion is we provide a chartered bus to the SK, I think that is very uh, your permission sangat boleh dibuat lah. Sebab because this one company they cover whole Malaysia, including Thailand and Singapore. but his tube is on one side. And second, about the no demand or no need. So basically, I already mentioned that in order to do a trip in a chartered bus, we need to fulfilling the criteria or fulfilling the minimum requirement, which is in this case, the bus needs to be full in order to make a trip. So logically speaking, the only time when a bus can be fully booked or fully used is when they are like brother had mentioned, there's a break or maybe like haji Fitri. So again, it's true for all the traditions.
Thank you. Other than focus delegation, is there any more questions? Focus tidak and then no other questions. So just the last two questions from both delegations.
So, regarding, yeah, I'd like to feedback on harmony suggestion, which is, yeah, I was also wondering why you would provide a chartered bus straight to the destination instead of PSA. And you said that it could make the PSA possible, but I'm not trying to shut your idea down. But please consider a few things. Number one, if you provide buses to PSA, the timing might be hard for you to manage because not everyone's bus schedule are the same. And you might want to take that into consideration if you want chartered buses straight to PSA. And number two, the chartered buses, idea are very great, but the destination suggested, I would suggest you to set some, like the examples you've given are Cfs Iium, Central, Night and One. These are buses that, you know, if you go to third party apps or whatever, these buses, they have trips from PhDs to these places like every 30 like hours or so. So maybe if you do want to do this initiative, try providing buses to places that are more remote. For example, Perak or Kedah or Seremban. Seremban is like, but yeah, Perak, Paya Lebar. See, there's not a lot of buses there. And then we have state WhatsApp groups, right? If you want to travel home and such. But it's not open to everyone. Personal experience, I have a friend who's from Perak, and he can the Perak WhatsApp group is only open to the sisters. Okay? Right. Not discriminatory, maybe you're just not comfortable, you know. Okay? So, yeah, maybe if you do want to provide answer buses, please provide in more remote areas or mini states, those will be hard. So, yeah, I want you to consider the remote areas.
Talk about the students and the budget. From my personal experience, I usually listen to plan right? This kind of bus, around 9 minutes. So, how do you all do this? And all the all of the bus, to load up the time so that students could wait or whatever needs more info and more identified so that was the first question. And the second one is the safety of students when they reach the destination. As we know, that the bus has
based on the discussion we had previously, we had agreed that this thing will be put in charge of entity. So for the details, etc., it can, yes, it will put under entity. But for the safety, if I may, Mr. Speaker, for the company that I suggested is, can I mention the company name? Okay, basically, 3A Nusantara Travel and Tours to Jerman. So it is a verified company and listed. And for the from the suggestion from the corporate, yes, we will consider. Thank you.
One last question. There is no question, then we proceed to the vote. The last motion of the day proposed before the House provide cashless buses to each student returning home, proposed by peers and FCC. 2 minutes for voting. Alhamdulillah, the final result for the final motion of the day provide cashless buses to each student returning home, proposed by peers and FCC. In favor 52, against 18, the motion is accepted. Alhamdulillah, we have finished all 12 motions of the day, and one motion has not been debated. So the conclusion, 8 motions have been accepted and 4 motions have been rejected. Sorry. Thank you very much, and I pray for the best luck tomorrow, and I hope all the educated and honorable members can come early so that we can debate early in the morning.
I want to raise the same issue, but this time we will only extend time for a critical motion, which on the scope of leadership. Agreed. We don't want to extend the time for all the motions.
Sorry, we have 5 motions under leadership. That means all 5 motions, no more than.
No, not all the 5 motions on the leadership. Only selected. You will take the consideration.
What am I saying? it's up to you. So which motion do you want to propose to be debated more? It depends on you, and then based on the judgment of the House, that will be considered. But I advise only one motion. Only one motion.
You can have a minute. I need to take into some consideration on many factors. We have to
Because only everyone wants to leave.
1 minute only, Mr. Speaker.
1 minute.
1 minute. 1 minute.
We agree to stay for 1 minute.
But as I said, the cost is you have to be the motion is to be delayed, and then is there a possibility for us to extend the motion? It's up to you. We can debate, but it's up to you whether to choose whether to agree or not. It depends on the judgment of all.
5 minutes. We shall extend the time for debate on the first issue.
Everything must be open to all honorable members, not by judgment. So as the so we move on to the last vote. Anyone who agrees. Okay, before that, the first motion is organize SDC and MRC elections to let the public democratically elect their representatives. This motion has been proposed by MRC Biruni, Harmony, Orators, India, Focus, and SSDF. Anyone who agrees for the debate to be longer, please stand up and who wants to stand obviously the majority. Therefore, only for the first motion. But the risk is that they have the possibility for us to delay the time. The maximum only for 1 hour. That's only 1 hour. 30 minutes presentation, 20 minutes for 20. Because I think they need, because as I know there are two solutions tomorrow. Therefore, I think 30 minutes for presentation. Okay, just listen. 30 minutes for presentation, 20 minutes for 20. That's the who agree with that promotion? 30 minutes presentation, 20 minutes Q&A. 25 minutes presentation, 25 minutes Q&A. 20 minutes presentation, 30 minutes Q&A. Okay, obviously. But my reminder, please, civil discussion, debate. So I don't want any intense debate tomorrow. Please keep this debate harmony.